Think all that glitters are gold in Las Vegas? Think again. Today, we're going to expose the top red flags that savvy buyers should never ignore. Red flag number 1 is DIY, do-it-yourself repairs. So what's a DIY repair? They are those where people like you and I watch something called HGTV, right? And you get a boost of confidence and you say, I'm going to flip my home. Things to look out for. Listen, there's no hate or shame for those who want to upgrade their homes, do it themselves. There are a lot of people who are crafty and handy, but the thing is, they don't know exactly what they are doing at times. For example, one decides to take out a wall, but they didn't know it's a load-bearing wall. What's a load-bearing wall? It's a wall that literally holds up the roof, guys. You shouldn't take out that wall, but some people do. I actually have an experience with a buyer who purchased a home that was a flip, and it was a do-it-yourself flip. It's one of those DIY homes done by a group of people or individual who goes out, purchases a home, lower cost, lower price, and they flip it, they upgrade it, and then they put it back on the market to sell. Did you guys ever read an article regarding Las Vegas dating scenes where Las Vegas was rated the top city for catfish? Yeah. So think of these DIY homes as catfish homes. So my buyer fell in love with this home. It was perfect. You walked in, the paint, fresh, cabinets, newly installed, chic lightings. Everything was just perfect. But as an experienced realtor, I told my buyer, listen, we're gonna have to go through the home inspection and make sure everything is okay inside of these walls. Well, we did a home inspection. Everything was fine. But remember, during a home inspection, we can only do so much. Everything came out okay. He went to live in it. Everything was fine until a solar company came by and said, do you want to install solar on your roof? Of course, the seller is going to say yes. You're going to save on electricity. So the solar company came in, hired a third-party roofer, went on top of the roof, started to do whatever it is that they do, and ta-da! The roof was not able to hold the weight. So why am I talking about this? Well, when I say DIY and load-bearing walls, there are some people out there who do not know the difference between a wall that's there just to make the house look pretty or divided, or if there's a wall there to bear and hold the roof. Well, this DIY home, they took out the load-bearing wall and instead put a load-bearing beam. So they did something to make sure the roof was going to be intact, but that was not going to hold the solar panels. Word of advice, everyone should do their own research. Solar companies out there must do their due diligence. This house was an older model, of course, that's why it was flipped, but they didn't do their due diligence. Nobody came and looked at the house, the structure of the home, the age of the home. Nobody asked about the age of the home. And they went straight to installing the panels. As they were trying to install it, in a way, it's a blessing in disguise that something happened immediately. Couple roofers were on the roof. They made a hole in the roof. If this did not happen, then they would have continued with the installation and something bigger could have happened. So in a way, I do call it blessing in disguise. And I told my buyer, listen, this is a good thing. So no more solar, the roof was fixed. So before you fall in love with a DIY home that looks turnkey, look through the home inspection report, sit down and discuss with your realtors, and think about the pros and cons of living in a DIY repaired home and see if there are more cons than pros. Red flag number 2. During a home inspection, they're going to see if the water flow is good, if your AC is working, if your heater is working, and they're going to check plumbing. A home inspector's job is to make sure not only is the water pressure okay, but to make sure that the water is draining properly. So Red flag number 2 is about the drainage of the water. If the home inspector says the water is draining slow, it is now to call a plumber, guys. The home inspector's job is not to look through the actual plumbing system, but his job is to tell you now it is time to get that plumber so he can run a camera through the plumbing line to see what is causing the water to drain so slow. This may be nothing, but don't you want a peace of mind when you're buying a house? So call that plumber, see what's going on. The house that I told you about earlier regarding the roof, there's another issue, which was the plumbing. So the water was draining slow. We called the plumber, and the plumber took a small camera, ran it through the lines. And guess what? There were baby wipes in there. Baby wipes, guys. Thank goodness this wasn't a big issue because all they had to do was grab it, take it out, and the water flow was fine. But you never know what's happening inside the homes. Red flag number 3, when you're driving into the neighborhood and there are weeds grown everywhere in the yard, trash everywhere, cars parked everywhere, guys. Curb appeal is key to selling your home. When you go out on a first date, do you go in your pajamas? No, you don't. It's kind of like that. When people drive through the neighborhood and get to your street and they see that, there will be some buyers out there who says, I'm okay. I don't want to go look at it. So it doesn't matter how perfectly the house has been remodeled. The infrastructure is great. The home inspection's great. There's no issues. Water drains properly. Everything is fine until you open that door. That's your community. That's another red flag, because when you want to sell it on the other side in 3-5 years, you're going to have a hard time. It's going to be more difficult. People are going to be reluctant to drive through that kind of community and walk in your home. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sharon Cho, your go-to Vegas realtor. And I know real estate can be serious business, but I keep it fun and light here. Stick with me and I will show you that buying your home can be actually a blast. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so when a new video drops, you'll be notified. Let's keep going. Red flag number 4, signs of water damage. This should come out during your home inspection report. When you find water damage or previous water damage, it's okay to tell your realtor to ask the sellers what happened. You want to know what happened and how they repaired it. The reason why you want to know what happened is because you want to make sure that they just didn't put a bandage over a major issue. Your home inspector has what's called a moisture detector, and they're going to run it through. Sometimes the moisture has dried up, so that's great. Sometimes it hasn't dried up, so they can detect moisture. When moisture is detected, you want to get that fixed right away because in the long run, it's going to cause mold. Also, if you know that there's been water damage, but everything's dry in there and you're worried and you don't want to go forward with the house, that's absolutely fine, guys. You tell your realtor that you are no longer comfortable in moving forward with this purchase and you can back out. And of course, this is within your due diligence period of X amount, 7 days or 10 days, depending on how you wrote the contract. Now, if you are comfortable moving forward with it, again, the same way when we called a plumber specifically to see what was causing the slow drainage, make sure to speak to your realtor or me and call a specialist who can look into this matter and make sure that everything's fine so you have a peace of mind to move forward and purchase the house. Pop quiz, guys. Whoever answers this correctly, comment below and you're going to get a special shout out from me. What is the red flag to look for when purchasing your home? A, slow water drainage. B, pets in the house. C, no blinds in the house. D, the house faces south. And whoever gets it correct, I will make sure to do a shout out. Red flag number 5, overpriced home compared to the other homes that are on the market. A lot of these homes that have been upgraded, updated, flipped, however you want to call it, the price, it's a little bit higher than most. But when you're looking at the house and you're comparing the price, but it's over the top, your realtor should definitely help you on this. And of course, you can do your own research. Sit down with your realtor, look at properties that have been sold. That's the most important part. You want to compare your homes to similar homes that have been sold. Some realtors don't mind using properties that are under contract, meaning they will be sold soon. But for me, I try to stick to homes that have been sold. And make sure you're looking at pictures. There are homes out there who've done similar upgrades like yours, and it'll show you what they sold it for. And it'll be quick and easy to find out what the price of the home should be. And why do I say make sure to look at the photos? Because the photos will tell you everything. Has it been upgraded? If it's similar upgrades to yours, or was it over the top upgrade, but it's still cheaper than the house that you're purchasing, then we surely know that house is overpriced. So don't be shy to be honest to your realtor regarding these red flags, how you feel about them. Team up with your realtor. They're your ally. So as important it is to get a home inspection done and making sure that the home is okay, it's just important to team up with your realtor to do a thorough market research of the pricing of your home so your realtor can negotiate the fair price for you. For more videos about real estate in Las Vegas and tips on home buying, make sure to check out the screen for more video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one, guys.